Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the golden age of Hollywood, a time defined by indelible glamour, breathtaking drama, and absolute stardom. This was not a world of fleeting fame, but of timeless icons whose light still burns bright. From the roaring 20s to the colorful 50s, the women of Hollywood were not just actresses, they were forces. They learned the power of the camera, the language of light and shadow, and the art of irresistible allure. We speak tonight of those dames whose very presence redefined the screen. Actresses who possessed an undeniable, magnificent physical endowment, yet layered it with immense confidence and sharp wit. Their star power was built on a daring persona, commanding attention in every frame. These women broke every mold. They turned their magnificent figures, their endowment, into a symbol of freedom and self-possession. They dictated their terms in an industry that often sought to control them. Prepare to be captivated. The curtain is rising on the true queens of the silver screen, the most well-endowed stars who mastered the art of being utterly, completely unforgettable. Actor 1. Jane Mansfield. Jane Mansfield was one of classic Hollywood's brightest and boldest stars, a woman who refused to blend into the background when the spotlight could be hers. From the moment she appeared on screen, audiences felt an energy they had rarely seen before, an energy built on confidence, ambition, and an unshakable belief that she was destined for greatness. Jane understood fame better than most actors of her era. She knew how to turn every moment into a headline, every photograph into a statement, and every performance into a memory that refused to fade. But behind the glamorous image and the dazzling smile lived a woman fighting to secure her place in a brutal industry. She faced constant comparisons, endless rumors, and the pressure of being labeled as nothing more than a beauty symbol. Yet Jane worked tirelessly to prove she was more than a camera-ready face. She studied acting seriously, pushed directors for challenging roles, and performed with a dedication that surprised anyone who underestimated her. Every move she made in Hollywood was calculated, fearless, and driven by a desire to rise above expectations. Her life, however, was marked by intense highs and heartbreaking lows. Fame raised her to unbelievable heights, but the price she paid for that spotlight was unforgettable. Even today, her story echoes through Hollywood as a reminder of how quickly the industry can lift someone up and how suddenly it can let them fall. Jane Mansfield's legacy lives on because she refused to be ordinary. She embraced boldness, challenged norms, and created a presence that time still cannot erase. Actor 2. Jane Russell. Jane Russell arrived in classic Hollywood with a presence that instantly separated her from every actress around her. She was confident, sharp, charismatic, and completely aware of the power she carried. From her very first film, she became a figure studios couldn't ignore and audiences couldn't forget. Jane wasn't just another glamorous star. She was a performer who blended beauty with attitude, turning every role into a moment that demanded attention. Her screen presence was bold, steady, and unshakably strong, making her one of the era's most distinctive icons. Hollywood often tried to shape her into a predictable image, but Jane refused to let anyone define her path. She brought intelligence and depth to roles that could have been simple, pushing back against the industry's expectations with quiet determination. Behind the camera, she was outspoken, honest, and unafraid to challenge the standards that limited actresses of her time. She chose her projects carefully, valuing quality over quantity, and worked with a level of discipline that earned the respect of directors and co-stars alike. Yet fame wasn't the only part of Jane Russell's story. Her life balanced intense public attention with a strong personal identity built on loyalty, faith, and independence. She never allowed the chaos of Hollywood to reshape her character. Even during moments of controversy, she stayed grounded, using her voice with clarity and purpose. Her strength created an aura that lasted far beyond her screen appearances. Today, Jane Russell's legacy remains powerful because she represented a rare blend of glamour and conviction. She proved that confidence could be elegant, that beauty could be intelligent, and that a Hollywood star could stand firm without losing authenticity. Her impact endures as a reminder that true presence comes not from fame, but from the force of personality behind it. Actor 3. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was the shimmering face of classic Hollywood, a symbol of charm and vulnerability wrapped inside one unforgettable presence. From the moment she stepped onto a set, the atmosphere shifted. Directors leaned forward, cameras softened, and audiences felt a magnetic pull they couldn't explain. Marilyn didn't simply perform. She transformed every scene into something alive, something filled with emotion that traveled far beyond the screen. Her smile carried a glow that studios tried to replicate but never could, because it came from a mixture of innocence, ambition, and hidden pain. Behind the glamorous image lived a woman fighting a world that constantly tried to define her. Instead of being seen as an actress with potential, she was often treated as an idea, an icon shaped by others' expectations. But Marilyn worked harder than most people realized. She studied acting seriously, pushed herself through exhausting schedules, and challenged the industry's habit of placing limits on her talent. Her dedication was intense, her desire to improve unwavering, and her ability to connect with audiences almost unmatched. Yet fame brought a weight she carried alone. Every headline, every rumor, every whispered story turned her life into something she never fully controlled. But even through turmoil, Marilyn remained a figure of resilience. She kept chasing meaningful roles, kept fighting for respect, and kept showing the world that she was more than a glamorous face placed under bright lights. Her performances revealed depth, emotion, and a fragile honesty that made her unforgettable. Today, Marilyn Monroe's legacy stands stronger than ever because she embodied a rare combination of beauty, talent, and human truth. She lived in the spotlight, but her heart stayed real, and that sincerity continues to echo through every photograph and every film she left behind. Actor 4, Sophia Loren. Sophia Loren rose from hardship to become one of classic Hollywood's most respected and admired stars. Her presence carried a natural strength that needed no exaggeration. The moment she entered a scene, the mood shifted. She had a rare blend of confidence, emotion, and quiet intensity that made audiences instantly connect with her characters. Sophia never relied on glamour alone. She used expression, voice, and inner depth to create performances that felt sincere and unforgettable. Hollywood praised her beauty, but Sophia wanted recognition for her craft. She worked with unwavering focus, studying every role with discipline and shaping each character with a powerful mix of vulnerability and determination. Whether she played a struggling mother, a romantic lead, or a complex dramatic figure, she delivered honesty rather than showmanship. Her ability to move between elegance and raw emotion made her stand out among her generation. Off-screen, Sophia Loren carried herself with dignity and strong personal values. She stayed loyal to her roots and never allowed fame to change her identity. Her journey from poverty to global success became a symbol of resilience built on patience, ambition, and hard work. She faced criticism, challenges, and pressure, yet she remained grounded, answering doubts through performances that spoke with clarity. Sophia Loren's legacy lasts because she represented more than beauty. She proved that true star power comes from talent, discipline, and authenticity. Her presence continues to inspire new generations, reminding the world that greatness is shaped not by glamour, but by the strength of a performer's spirit. Actor 5, Anita Ekberg. Anita Ekberg entered classic Hollywood with a presence that felt almost larger than life. She didn't just walk into a scene, she transformed it. Her striking looks, confident posture, and effortless charisma made her unforgettable from the moment she appeared on screen. Audiences were drawn to her because she carried an energy that felt bold and free, something rarely seen in her era. Anita never hid her personality. She embraced it, allowing it to shape characters that felt powerful, mysterious, and captivating. Hollywood often tried to mold actresses into predictable images, but Anita refused to fit into anyone's expectations. She brought a strong sense of independence to her work, choosing roles that allowed her personality to shine rather than disappear behind a scripted image. Her performance in La Dolce Vita became a defining moment not only for her career, but for cinema itself. That scene in the Trevi Fountain captured her essence. Uninhibited, confident, and completely unforgettable. Off-screen, Anita Ekberg lived with the same bold spirit she showed in her films. She spoke openly, acted fearlessly, and never softened her opinions to please the industry. She valued her independence more than fame and refused to let Hollywood dictate her choices. Her strong personality sometimes created controversy, but it also made her one of the most authentic figures of her time. Anita's legacy remains powerful because she represented a different kind of stardom, one built on individuality rather than conformity. She proved that an actress could be glamorous without being controlled, talented without being restricted, and iconic without following the industry's rules. Her presence continues to stand as a reminder that true impact comes from embracing who you are, not from becoming what others expect. Actor 6. Raquel Welch. Raquel Welch became one of Hollywood's most striking symbols of the 1960s, a star whose presence carried both intensity and elegance. From her earliest roles, audiences noticed more than beauty. They noticed confidence, discipline, and a determination that pushed her far beyond the limits the industry tried to set. Raquel moved through Hollywood with a calm strength, building a reputation as a performer who understood exactly how to command the screen. She didn't rely on glamour alone. She combined it with focus, intelligence, and a sharp sense of control over every moment of her performance. Her breakthrough roles turned her into an international icon, but Raquel refused to let fame define her. She worked tirelessly to break away from the one-dimensional image studios tried to assign her. She fought for roles that offered depth, emotion, and challenge, proving time and again that she was not simply a visual figure, but a dedicated actress with real skill. Her work ethic earned the respect of directors, co-stars, and critics who realized she brought more to the industry than anyone expected. Off-screen, Raquel Welch carried herself with grace and unwavering self-assurance. She was outspoken when necessary, private when she chose to be, and always aware of the influence she held. She navigated Hollywood's pressures with an inner strength that allowed her to stay grounded even as her fame reached global levels. Her journey showed how a performer could reshape her identity, protect her dignity, and still rise to the top. Today, Raquel Welch's legacy endures because she proved that true stardom is built on determination, versatility, and authenticity. She became an icon not by following expectations, but by surpassing them, leaving behind a presence that remains powerful and unforgettable. Actor 7. Kim Novak. Kim Novak entered Hollywood with a quiet intensity that instantly set her apart from the competitive world around her. She wasn't loud, she wasn't showy, and she didn't chase attention. Instead, she carried a calm, mysterious presence that made audiences look twice. Her beauty was undeniable, but it was her stillness, her ability to communicate emotion without saying anything, that made her unforgettable. In every scene, she created an atmosphere that felt delicate, controlled, and deeply human. Her role in Vertigo became one of cinema's most iconic performances. Kim delivered layers of emotion that kept audiences questioning what was real and what was hidden. She carried vulnerability and strength in the same breath, shaping a character that felt haunting and unforgettable. Hollywood often tried to fit her into standard molds, but Kim resisted. She wanted authenticity, not artificial perfection. She valued truth in her work, even when it meant stepping away from the spotlight others desperately chased. Beyond the screen, Kim Novak guarded her privacy with determination. She never allowed fame to consume her identity or dictate her choices. Instead, she stepped back when necessary, choosing peace over pressure and independence over industry demands. This decision confused critics, but earned her a reputation as one of Hollywood's most genuine figures. She proved that an actress could shine while staying true to her own voice. Kim Novak's legacy remains strong because she represented a rare type of stardom, one built on quiet power, emotional depth, and authenticity. She didn't need noise to be memorable. She didn't need constant attention to be iconic. Her impact endures because she showed that sometimes the most powerful presence is the one that speaks softly but truthfully.